Hey ladies, I have been absolutely shameless in how I've been leading up and just giving you little drips about these incredible fat burning products that I have recently been reintroduced to. That's been mean, hasn't it? You guys are all like, tell me about the coffee and the tea. So I decided I want to talk to you a little bit about it, but I also want to introduce to you a dear friend and business partner of mine, Lynn Cooper. Hey, Lynn. I'm going to let you introduce yourself in a second because Lynn's been working with these products for a number of years and she had her own incredible success. And also, as she's going to tell you, she was an ER nurse. So she knows the science behind these products. So you guys, just briefly, what I want to tell you is I was introduced to this fat-burning coffee tea sweetener about, gosh, it's been, strangely enough, you know how years are, about 10 years ago. And I started using them and I loved them. I got really excited about the science behind them. But to be really honest, I didn't get great results with them. Why? Because I wasn't using them correctly. Like, I heard that you needed to use them correctly, but you guys know me, sometimes it takes me a little bit of time. So once I started to, I was like, wow, I'm kind of blown away by them. But as happens with so many of our health things, I got other things kind of came into my life and I kind of got away from the products. And then when I went to find them again, I could not find them. So just coincidentally, about a week ago, I get this email about, hey, guess what? Dr. Allen's fat burning coffee and tea is back and it's better than ever. And I went, I was so excited, you guys. You know, it's like finding an old friend. And I'm excited too because I wanted to share these with you guys because now I know so many more of you and so many of us, look, we're now 10 years older. And one of the things that we know is as we get older, we start to spread where in the middle, right? And that's one of the reasons that we love my classes so much because that's what we focus on. But anytime I can find some tools, you guys know that actually work, I want to share them with you. And that's what I want to do today. So before I actually go on and introduce Lynn, I just want to say one more thing. You guys know over the years, you know, as a nutritionist and a health coach, gosh, guys, we've been through some different nutrition plans, haven't we? Different variations and versions on the theme to see what's going to work at this point in our life, this stage in our life. But there's one thing that has always been consistent with me, and that is something I absolutely know at my core, that it has to do with learning how to balance your blood sugar and reduce your insulin levels. It is crucial if we are going to, number one, just stay healthy, okay? Stop that rampant pre-obesity, obesity, metabolic syndrome. Pre-diabetes was actually what I meant to say, diabetes. And you know what? Alzheimer's is now also being called diabetes 3, and it has to do with rampant blood sugar. So for some of us, you know, how you balance your blood sugar, you know, that takes on its own special individualization, but there are generalities that we know. We know we got to get off the sugar. We got to get off the things that turn to sugar. We've recently learned that even too much protein turns to sugar, right? So we've learned a lot of things. But wouldn't it be amazing if we could have some products that could just give us a little bit of leg up? Now, one of the things that I learned years ago, and then since forgot, imagine that, is that coffee actually has a tendency to raise your blood sugar. Why did I forget? Because I didn't want to remember that. I love my coffee, as you guys know. So I'm excited to introduce to you right now, Lynn Cooper. Lynn, welcome. Thanks for taking time.
Hi, I love your energy.
Well, that's because of my coffee.
Yeah, and you know, most people this time in the afternoon, when it's almost 3:15 Eastern time, have that slump, you know, because they had lunch and their body is breaking it down. And with the products that we have now, it helps stabilize your blood sugar like you were talking about, so you don't get that afternoon slump.
Isn't that fabulous? So Lynn, share with us, tell me, when did you find the products? When you did, how did it help you? And just, just a little bit of information on your story, if you will.
Sure, thanks, Renee. So basically, I was introduced to the products in 2011. I was a full-time emergency room nurse working 12, 13-hour shifts, and a friend had introduced me to them, and I kind of laughed at her, like, yeah, fat-burning coffee and tea, But then my situation changed. I actually got a hernia from snowboarding with my son, and to avoid surgery was told to not exercise, not use your core, try that, and
right.
With that, because I really didn't want to have surgery, I started gaining weight, and my lipid profile went abnormal. My general practitioner put me on a lipid, on a statin, and I took it for 2 nights, and I was like, wait a minute, he did not give me any other options than these pills, and I know these pills can cause harm. So with that, I contacted my friend, because I thought, gosh, coffee and tea, this is real food, how could that harm you? And so I got a hold of the product. Actually, I hadn't seen my friend and her husband for 5 months, and when my husband and I saw them, we were like, that's proof in the pudding right there. They were walking product of the products, that they had lost quite a bit of weight and actually looked way younger than what they had as a result. So basically, I started on the product, and I was the biggest skeptic, being I was an ER nurse for 28 of my 30 years as a registered nurse. So I already had it in my head, this is not going to work, but why not? It's better than taking this drug. Let me give it a try, So I didn't take the measurements like you're supposed to. I was all about the scale. And about the 5th week that I was consuming, I was mostly drinking the tea because of working in the ER. It was easier for me in a little packet. I had this in my scrub pocket and mix it in a bottle of water and go. But I do enjoy the coffee as well. So basically for me, about my 5th week, someone said, you look like you're losing weight. I'm like, no, I'm not, because I was all, my scale wasn't moving. And oh, I see it in your face. Your face looks thinner. Well, by the end of my 2nd month, the scale started moving. It went down 15 pounds.
Wow.
The 3rd month, another 10 or 12 pounds. And then by my end of my 5th month is really when I plateaued and reached the size I was in high school, which was size 5. So, I tell people, what was your lowest adult healthy weight? Not if you've never been a size 5, you're not going to be a size 5, but if your lowest weight, because we all have different body sizes, was a size 8, then that's your goal. Let's get you back to a size 8. So that's kind of my whole family. We transformed with our products, because as you lose the weight and that Kiko changes, and without getting too heavily into the science, but when it does, you taste sugar where sugar's at, and that's what's so important. So that because they try to hide sugar everywhere, so it's and also knowing that when you consume the products, you're going to sense when you're full as you're eating, rather than 30 minutes or more. When people overeat and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, I ate too much. Well, you're going to know as you're eating when you're full. So that's really important.
That's such an interesting side effect, isn't it? I mean, we don't really even think about that, but what a great way to reduce the portions, but without this big effort and willpower. If you just kind of slow down and really stay present, you're going to realize right when you've had just enough. And those products really help with that. So you guys, I want to just emphasize a couple of things that Lynn just said, okay? Because you guys know this goes right around along with everything we talk about with our classes. Number 1, not scale weight. See, what's really interesting about these products is they actually allow the body to utilize the fat in our bodies as energy, as fuel, okay? So when we have metabolic syndrome, our blood sugars all over the place, our insulin levels are too high. When your insulin level's high, your body never is able to tap in to the fat stores, which is where your energy is. That's part of metabolic syndrome. Well, these products have been so beautifully designed to be able to allow your body, it balances the blood sugar. reduces insulin. And when that insulin goes down, now we're able to tap into the fat stores for energy. So what happens is you start losing the fat. Now, fat is fluffy, right? And you start to see more muscle. Now, combine that, girls, with the classes we're doing where we're actually activating muscle. Now you're burning fat, building muscle. So what happens is you're going to see it in the tape measure, in your clothes, in your pictures. You're going to see just an additional little help by adding these products with it. So don't go and tell me I didn't lose any weight as you're shrinking down in size. Okay, because that's exactly what these products have been known to do. Now, Lynn, would you just explain as briefly as you can, you know, these products, when we say fat-burning coffee, fat-burning tea, it just sounds so marketing hokey, right? These products have been so scientifically tested. Would you share just a little bit about that part of it, Lynn?
Sure, Renee. You know, there's 30 years of research actually behind the products, and back in the 80s when they first came out with these low-fat, fat-free foods, you know, is when our scientist, Dr. Anne-Louise Allen, started her research, because she was like, there's no way that our bodies can handle this amount of sugar, whether it's, you know, high fructose corn syrup, you know, raw sugar, or agave, or any of the artificial sweeteners. And that's when she started the research behind it. And so with that, basically, the premise of our products is the proprietary blend. Let's just talk about our coffee. We use organic coffee beans, which is really important, because you don't, regular coffee that is not organic, sprayed with pesticides and whatnot, who knows where it comes from. As our coffee comes from fair trade farmers, it's organic. And then we own one of 3 infrared roaster facilities in the United States. And when we infrared the coffee beans, it makes it more evenly roasted, so it doesn't get burnt, and makes it retain more antioxidants. So with that, that's a really healthy coffee bean. So what people are finding, because it is evenly roasted, it's a low acidic coffee. So that's another thing that, just besides keeping your blood sugar level all day, is keeping your body less acidic or alkaline, more alkaline. So with our coffee, with us using the organic infrared roasted coffee, it makes it low acid, less bitter, smooth tasting. In fact, people that put creamers in their coffee, I ask them, please try our coffee black, because you may be surprised that you really do like black coffee. You just haven't had it in a while because you don't know what good tasting coffee is like. But you know, on the packaging of every bag of coffee, like this is a 2-serving bag that comes in a pouch, and it's real coffee grounds that you actually brew. It's difficult to run this through a Keurig, because it would take like 2.5 times. It's really best to get a small coffee machine or a French press to do it in. But basically, on the back of the bag of coffee, it'll tell you exactly what it does. And I actually have it blown up on my desk when people talk to me and ask me, that I'm actually telling them exactly what the science is that's right on our label. Because, you know, with the FDA, what's on your label has to be proven, has to have the clinical science behind it, whatever's on a label. So somebody can say something about a product, and if you look on their label, it's not on there, that's not been proven. They don't have the science behind it. They're just, you know, whatever. So when we talk about the coffee, you know, with the science, you know, that she has on here, the first scientifically smart coffee with metabolic intelligence. With what Renee is saying, with metabolic syndrome and diabetes, all about that, you know, keeping that having insulin surges is so important. And so what this actually does is it contains a low glycemic, natural, brain-friendly compound that's designed to prevent blood sugar imbalances, insulin surges, and caffeine-related reduced sports performance, helping the body mitigate the highs and lows are related to ingesting regular caffeine. So this is how they're comparing it to other coffee or energy drinks. And so the intelligent caffeine that's in it helps bump the storage of calories into adipose tissue fat cells. So this is not going to let you get fat like other coffees will. So, and with that, it helps stabilize your blood sugars. And we can say that we can help put pre-diabetes into complete remission now. That's according to the American Diabetes Association. If you incorporate a low glycemic diet and exercise, you can reverse that process. And I just recently helped a team member who was told that she was full-blown diabetic, and when I had first approached her, I was like, oh, ask your doctor to give you 60 days before you go on those drugs, we can do this. And sure enough, she reversed. Not only did she lose 29 pounds, and she only drank the coffee, the SkinnyGenes Java, she drank it 2 servings a day, which is what's recommended, and she got her A1C from the high 7s down to the mid 5s, which is basically, at that point, the doctor is like, I'm considering taking pre-diabetes off of your medical record. So, and it empowered her that she realized, I got to take control of my own health, and I need to do this. And she went and took a wellness class to learn to eat better, but it was her choice. That the coffee just helped her just get over that hump to do that. And that's what it's about. As your body gets recoded, that it just helps as a catalyst just to get you over that bridge to the other side of wellness.
I love that. Now, you had mentioned something to me earlier today as we were kind of chatting a little bit about, part of the reason too that coffee will tend to actually make you fat or keep you fat, regular coffee, is because that caffeine, especially if it has a lot of caffeine, like some of the, when we go off to the Starbucks or whatever, the huge amounts, that it really gives you a huge surge. Even it overstimulates your adrenal glands, you guys. And I'm like, oh, Lynn, of course, I really want to mention that because so many of us T-tappers have adrenal fatigue. I mean, so many of all of us. Listen, you live in this society. Your poor adrenals, whether they're exhausted or just plain old tired, gotta be. So, we use then the coffee just to kind of crank that poor little workhorse back up. And after a while, it just crashes. And you get that big cortisol surge as well, which puts on, once again, that belly fat. So imagine you guys being able to have this beautiful coffee that will give you sustained energy, not the high and low, does not hit your adrenal glands, but yet you can drink it. It tastes delicious. It's loaded with antioxidants. It's also got tons of polyphenols. And while we know now that coffee is considered an incredible health benefit with the polyphenols, most coffee is not processed in a way to maintain it. And this is. So you get all those anti-aging benefits and gut benefits as well from this coffee. Now, remember, you guys, when I first started, I said, but I wasn't really doing it right when I first said it. Number one, I was drinking the whole pot at once. Imagine it. Okay. So that's the first thing I was doing. And the second was I was adding stevia to it. We'll get to that in a minute. So Lynn, would you mind just real quick share what would be a great protocol for somebody who is looking to add this coffee to their health regimen? Okay,
so, if you don't drink coffee, this is going to be difficult for you, so this is
tea.
We want to keep with that habit. They say it takes 7 weeks to break a habit, 7 weeks to form a new one. So coffee is our flagship product because people drink coffee already. So you're just going to switch to our coffee. But the big part of the protocol that Renee is talking about that's really important is this bag is 2 servings. So when you brew it in like 24 ounces of water, depending how strong you like your coffee, you're going to split that into 2 servings. And you're going to drink that on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. Now, we were talking earlier about hydration. It's so important. What I saw from my 28 years of working in the ER, that people are chronically dehydrated, and it's super important that you do drink a lot of water even outside of these products, but as well as with drinking these products, they work better if you're hydrated. So I recommend you wake up in the morning, drink a glass of water, then brew the coffee, split that into 2 servings, and you can only add our sweetener. It's all natural, kid-friendly, diabetic-friendly. It's a pomegranate base. It comes in a jar like this. There's 150 servings of it, and it tastes super good. You can bake with it and whatnot. So if you like your coffee sweet, you can put that sweetener in it. And then we will have a creamer coming out that's a low glycemic, good source of protein. But until that creamer comes out, if you do like milk in your coffee, I prefer organic, 1% or 2%, or unsweetened almond milk are the choices. And so basically, you're going to drink the coffee on an empty stomach, and then you're going to wait 30 minutes or more to eat. And you really do, that's the habit that you're going to have to create, is when you're done drinking your coffee and you're not drinking it while you're having breakfast, on an empty stomach, you're going to look at your watch, and then you're going to want to eat 30 minutes or more later. You should try and eat within 60 minutes because the body does need food. We want to turn your body into a high energy fat burning machine, and if you starve yourself, your body's not going to let the fat go. So some people say, well, Lynn, I'm not hungry. I'm like, no matter, eat something, you know, even if it's a handful of almonds and an apple or some berries, just always a good protein, a good carb, and lots of water.
Right, beautiful, balancing the blood sugar. So that's it, you guys, 2 servings, you only do 1, you do an empty stomach, wait, and then 30 minutes later you can eat. And you want to, you know, small amount of protein, you guys know it, small amount of protein, some good low carb, the low carb, low glycemic carbs, and maybe a tiny bit of good fat. So that's your balance, okay? Then you can have the second cup either a little before lunch, and I think it's about 30 minutes before a meal. Is that right, Lynn?
Yes, I mean, so that's the minimum. If you were just going to do coffee and you really want to turn the fat burning on, you can drink it up to 3 times a day prior to meals or in between meals.
Okay.
If some people say, well, Lynn, I don't drink caffeine after 12 noon, then I tell them stick with their habit. If it's going to keep you awake, I mean, this is a buffer caffeine, which that means it's going to slowly release over the 4 hours. You know, our life cycle works on 4 hours, so it's slowly going to release over those 4 hours rather than giving you that sudden jolt. So, but for people that also, you know, we have this SkinnyGenex tea, that's a green tea based. We have 2 flavors of peach mango and pineapple splash. So some people drink the coffee in the morning and then have the tea in the afternoon. You know, again, it's the same as the coffee, that it's on an empty stomach, 30 minutes or more before meals, and then you're going to eat. So for some, like when I was working in the ER, I would drink one of these about 3 or 4 in the afternoon about this time because I still had another 4 hours of work to do, and you get tired after 8 hours in the ER. But I wasn't going to eat dinner until I would get home, so I would always make sure I had a bit of a snack afterwards. You know, when I had this, I had it available at work. So there is, you know, when you are busy working, you do need to have a little meal planning and make sure that you're going to eat.
Beautiful. So thank you for that. So for those of you who don't love coffee, I mean, a lot of people don't drink it, then we have that tea, and it is delicious, you guys. She kind of went quickly, but it's peach mango, and there's a pineapple splash, and they just started shipping this month. Dr. Allen came up with a new, improved, or more intensified product that is about, she claims, 25% stronger. How would you describe that? A little more buffered caffeine in that?
Basically, you know, she's keeping up with the science. So just as our foods have evolved, our bodies have, there's so many more that are suffering, like you said, from adrenal fatigue and autoimmune diseases of all kinds of sorts that we never saw 10 years ago.
Right.
That she did increase the proprietary blend, the fat burning part of it. So just a little bit more caffeine, a little bit more of the vitamin C, a little bit more of the chromium, you know, just a little bit, but it's still, I've been drinking it, this is my 3rd day now, and it's still such a steady, amazing energy with the clarity in your head, and you know, it's just a really great energy. I mean, you have to drink it to understand it, but some people, one of the reasons I recommend the tea later in the day for some people that really suffer from nighttime cravings. It's when they sit down at night and they're unwinding, and all of a sudden they start craving those sweets or salts, or just this really helps curb those cravings at night.
Love that. I cannot wait. Mine's on my way. I can't wait to get my hands on all of it again. I want the tea again. So all that's great. Now I'm just going to mention one more thing, then we're going to kind of start to wind this up. Lynn also mentioned that sweetener, and I want to as well, because Ann Deweese Allen, Dr. Allen, was part of a team that did some studies. I think the NIH was part of this. It was a big study where they were studying diet sodas, and every time they did it, they would get this blow your mind kind of result that they weren't expecting, and that was, diet soda has no calories, it has no carbohydrates, it has practically nothing in it, and yet when people were drinking it, they were getting fatter and fatter. It's like, what's the deal? Well, the deal has to do with that sweet taste of the artificial sweeteners, and she calls it brain indexing, where the brain, when it hits your taste buds, thinks that there's something sweet that's about to hit into the bloodstream. So it gives a signal to the pancreas, danger, danger, Will Robinson, right? Secrete insulin. And so people were getting these big insulin surges, and yet there was no sugar. Imagine that. So that was like, ooh, so, now we kind of know that, but even though we know that, do we really kind of get it? Because look how much artificial sweetener we use in a day. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've given up all of the, the sweet and low and all that stuff if I ever had it. But I got to tell you, stevia has been my friend. And, I know that Dr. Allen was like, stevia is not your friend. And what's interesting is while I eat no sugar, low glycemic, all of my blood tests always show that I have blood sugar issues, you guys. And so, boom, boom, it kind of hit me again. Sometimes we have to go full circle with it. Like, you know what? I have a feeling it's this stevia that's causing that problem. So she was so brilliant. She came up with this sweetener that is low glycemic. It's made from pomegranate. It's actually a fruit base. It's proprietary. There's a patent on it. We don't exactly know, what the keys are. It's kid friendly. And by the way, you can bake with it, which is really important. You can make all your goodies with it that you want and still keep that low glycemic index. So I'm really excited to get that sweetener. It's been improved since the last time I tried any of it. So if you're getting your coffee and you do like it to be sweet, please, take a minute and add that sweetener to your cart, because you want that. Otherwise, it's counterproductive to what you're trying to do. Exactly. Good, Lynn? Are we good so far?
Yes. And she has lots of there's videos and PDFs on your website that people can really find out about the science of this, because she'll dive right into the quantum physics for those that want to hear it.
No, which is just so great. So just once again, you guys, it's not marketing. These products have been tested in the laboratory for 30 years. People, over 250,000 people. I know you're kind of like, well, if it's so great, how come I haven't heard about it before, right? Well, you know what? You're about to hear about it, and she's going to, looks like there's some incredible new products on the drawing board as well, just functional food. That's where we have to go. It's functional food. It's not just a cup of coffee, and yet it's really very affordable, especially when you take it down to a per serving basis. So Lynn, would you mind sharing with everybody, how can we purchase it? What are the different options for that?
Sure. Okay. Right now, because of National Coffee Month, you can get it for $20 less. It's $69.95, and that goes until the end of the month. And basically, in our click and order world, I mean, come on, who doesn't shop on Amazon and buy things? This is the same. You click on and order, and it comes to your doorstep. And it is so once our sale is over, if you are a customer and you get it monthly, so which you would need, a box of 30 pouches would be enough to drink it twice a day. It's 60. It would be $79.95. So it still brings it down to $1.33 a cup. And then if you wanted our sweetener, like I said, this is 150 servings. It's a lot of sweetener in here. If you do bake, I use a half a cup of this as compared to a cup of sugar. And that's only $24.95, and it lasts a long time.
So that's as a retail customer. You're just going to order once. You're going to check it out, put it in your cart. That's how much it is. But guys, remember, $1.33 a serving for this coffee, fat burning, antioxidant, anti-aging, low acid, tastes great, 100% organic, infrared roasted. Like, how reasonable is that, right? And that kind of sweetener as well. Now, if, however, you decide, yeah, you know what, I do not want to be without this coffee, which is kind of how I am, and or the tea, but the coffee, you can become a preferred customer. And that just means that, you guys know the drill, you're going to be on the auto ship, that you can change at any time and you can cancel, right? So how is that then, Lynn? How much would it be then?
That would be $79.95. So that's the same price as somebody that's an affiliate. So that's a really, really great deal. And then we do have a great bonus program for those who do join in as a business part or as a preferred customer that you could get. It's called Get 4, Pay No More, and you could get your product for free. So say I refer to Renee, and then Renee goes and finds 4 of her friends to buy. Renee can get her auto ship for free the next month. So it's a great way for people, because we refer all the time. So why not, get something for it?
Absolutely. So that's true with any of it, whether it's the coffee, the tea. The tea's a little less per serving, though. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's $59.95. No, it's a little bit more.
Well, for 30 servings, right?
Yeah, there's 30 servings in a box. Right. As the coffee, because of the packaging, there's 2 servings in the packaging. So
right. Okay.
It comes out a little less than $2 for a drink. But you go to the grocery store and just buy some kind of green tea, and it's at least that amount, and it has no health benefits for you. This does. And the other thing about the tea, some people struggle that they could have that sister that's super skinny, and here they like eat a piece of lettuce, and they that's called the obesity gene that some people carry, and this tea really helps those people that struggle with that. And one of our success stories that just won our recent 90-day challenge was Kelsey Murray, and her story is unreal. She shares how she was that fat child growing up. At 18, she was 215 pounds, and she started with the tea, just drinking twice a day, and she went from a size 18 to a size 7 and lost 70 pounds. Well, you can imagine, she's a young girl in her 20s, what that has done for her. So she feels like it's given her life back. So that's what it's about, is helping people and changing lives and their stories. And when I encourage Renee, anyone that gets started, have them take a picture. So many people are like, I don't want a picture of me, I look horrible. This is a gradual weight loss. This is not a quick weight loss. This is a gradual weight loss that we want to help you, but it's going to sustain long term. So you're none of that yo-yoing that some people have. And so when you have a picture, and then you take another one 30 days later, another one 30 days later, and you start comparing them, and you're like, whoa, check me out. I mean,
we do the same thing with classes, and it is breathtaking. I usually tell people, as you guys know, do it from, you can do it from the front and the side, obviously, but the back pictures are that's where you really see it, especially in our class, because we do a lot of lat activation, so you can really see it. So you're just doing that, and then you're adding, you're just giving yourself an added boost. It'd be interesting to see how much that just helped the body change. It's just an added tool. It's not a miracle. You're not going to have this and eat your sugary ice cream every night and think it's just going to melt away. That's not what we're saying. But if you want just an additional boost, you're drinking coffee anyway, you need some energy, these products are proven to work. Proven to work.
Yeah, so one thing, Renee, this is what I love, because I'm a foodie. Food is social, it's passionate. I love to cook, and I love to entertain. And so when you do have that cheat night here and there, that's okay. It's just, as long as it's not all the time, but it's not like you have to start it all over again. It's okay. But if you do cheat, you're going to notice that you don't cheat as bad as you used to. It's just a little
kind of cleaned out. Your body knows now. It's kind of like doesn't even want it almost, right?
Exactly.
And that's how I find. I just the thought of it is just like, nah, it's okay. Not so much.
Sometimes, in someone's house and they're serving dessert, I'm like, oh, no thanks, I don't really eat desserts. And then they're looking at you and you realize, oh, I'm being rude. I'm like, just a little piece. And it's amazing what people think is a little piece. To me, it's like, But now most of our friends know and they don't get offended.
Absolutely, that's great. Awesome. So you guys, I hope that we have given you some good information about the benefits of the coffee, the tea, and the sweetener. I know that Lynn had asked if she could just share a little information about what might happen and how becoming an affiliate works. If that's something that you are interested in, if you're like, wow, this is amazing, I have so many friends I would love to share this with, stay on, keep watching and listening. If not, it's okay. We've kind of covered the things that I think you might be interested in. I don't want you to think I'm just here trying to sell you a business opportunity. That's not what it is. You guys know that's not what I'm about. But there are some of you that might be really interested in this. So I'm just letting you know that as we kind of stop. And now, Lynn, to be honest, I don't even know. I haven't asked you what's the benefit. All I know is I'm sharing it because I love it.
You know what? But it's fun to share something that you're passionate about and create another stream of income. You know, these days they call it the gig economy. There's so many more 1099 employees, like you and I sitting at home right now working.
Right.
You know, but we get to do it. Sometimes I'm in my pajamas until noontime. So, but I'll have something on the front so you can't tell. But you know, I love it. When I first got started, I wasn't looking for a business opportunity. I just happened, back then there was a different way to get started, that you could get a less of a price if you were a member, a distributor. And so I went that route. But then as people started saying, hey Lynn, what are you doing? You're looking great. You've got so much energy. What's going on? And started sharing about it. They would become my customer. And then a lot of them saw the business opportunity right away and would join in on the team. Then people that are customers, as they started having results and people are going, what are you doing? You know, besides them able to get free product, they're able to make commission when they become an affiliate. And it's super cheap. I mean, it's $59.95 for a year. So anytime someone's a customer and they decide, you know, yeah, I want to share this and with my family and friends and make some commission. So, you know, for people, whether they want to make $500 a month, you know, what that can really do to the economy is huge. And so, you know, just you think about how many times are we invited to go to other people's, you know, someone's having a jewelry party or, you know, so it's the same like that, or you could just do this from the comforts of your home. It's all up to you which way you want to gear this business. You know, some people just do the sports arena, and that's great. You know, some people just want retail customers, and so they can build a whole business just retail if they want. Others, like me, we do both. So I look for customers and I look for customer getters. And so basically, like right now, there's about 10 left of a president's club that Renee took advantage of once told her. And that's what's really cool about that is that's an exclusive pre-launch right now that if you get in on, it's the big pack, it's $1,300, but you get dollar for dollar of product. But you get to be in this exclusive club that's 150 people that each one will share a 1% of the annual business billing volume that Extreme Healthy Lifestyles has. So you could see at the end of the year, you know, getting a little extra bonus. To me, that was a no-brainer, and Renee agreed when she heard it, like, yeah, I want that bonus. You know, everybody wants a bonus at the end of the year. So, and then we go on down to our packages of like, the coffee is like $189 that you get a box of coffee and 2 sweeteners, and then the membership. And we get a free website, which is really great. And we have all kinds of marketing tools, business cards, brochures. There's some videos on the website, and we have calls several times a week, you know, so we have a great team, but we're just coming up on our 1-year anniversary with Extreme Healthy Lifestyles, October 1st. So it's still ever changing, which is any startup company, but I'm excited because people need our help. I mean, the statistics of pre-diabetes and obesity have just gone through the roof, and they're affecting our children. And, you know, it's not fair. They were set up for this. It's not their fault, but we can help them. So I feel very passionate of, I tell people I went from the sickness industry of, you know, helping people in the ER. I mean, I did ER for 28 years. That saw people get sicker and sicker and fatter and fatter. And I realized that the missing component was they just don't know. They just don't know any better, and they're following what they're being told, and they just don't know, you know. So we use this business model of direct sales because these products do take follow-up and instruction. If we just put them on the shelves and people bought them, and they're going to drink the coffee while they're eating breakfast, it's not going to. So it's real important that as you do acquire customers and customer getters, that you follow up and make sure, like Renee shared, it's so important to take the products properly.
Right. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks for sharing that. So you guys, you can see, you know, yes, I did go for that, for the Founders Package. Number one, you get, I don't know, Lynn said it, but I just want to kind of reiterate, product for product. In other words, with that amount, I got product that based on that amount. So I did get quite a bit of coffee and the teas and the sweetener, and they have something called Matrix. We'll do that another time. So I wanted that, and that way I have samples to share. Okay, so you guys know, again, this is my heart. I love these products. I just want to share. If that's something you want to do, that's awesome. I love that this company calls us an affiliate. There's so many different affiliate programs out there, so many websites. So you find something that you love and you share it, and you get a small amount in return back. Why not, right? It's all about direct marketing and referral. And, you know, you guys have been so great because you're getting great results in my classes. You're on Facebook sharing. It's really about that, you know, that easy. But again, some of you just might want to be, you know, Renee, I just want to drink the coffee. Great. But here's what I'm going to tell you. You're going to start to drink the coffee, take the class, and you're going to start shrinking, and people are going to start asking. So if nothing else, if you're a preferred customer, you'll be able to, if you just share 4 people, you get yours for free the next month. I mean, that's pretty awesome, right? So anyway, if you have more questions about that, you'll come to me, and most likely I'll refer you to Lynn because I'm not I don't have all the answers on that. So Lynn, thank you so much for taking time, sharing your experience, sharing your expertise with us. And I know that we will all kind of be on again doing some more on some new products.
That sounds great, Renee. Then thank you for allowing me to share with your tribe, and I look forward to, you know, anyone who has any questions, definitely direct them to me.
Sounds beautiful. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. We'll talk to you later.